out. Done. Oh, we're full on that one. Like the Blade Runner, right? You know the recent Blade Runner. I had many. I suppose with Blade Runner 20, what's it called? 20. What's the new Blade Runner called? 20 something 33. I can't remember the year. 2049. Thank you. Blade Runner 2049. I had a huge amount of reservations about them making that film. Like, I genuinely thought to myself, they could get this so badly wrong. Because Blade Runner is just like, to me, a pretty iconic film. And yet, they did about as good a job as they could probably have done with it. Barring some scenes with Harrison Ford. But we'll ignore that. They did a pretty good job of it, you know, in terms of the musicscape, in terms of the visualization, staying true to the kind of Blade Runner world that had been created, the storyline carrying on. Like, it was better than I thought it would be, and I enjoy the movie, you know. And I kind of hope KSP 2 does the same. Like, it stays true to KSP. It doesn't sully the memory of itself. It doesn't, you know, it's not the sequel that everybody goes, oh my god. Judge Foxy, thank you for 2 years. So that's where I am with KSP 2. I'm like I was with Blade Runner 2049. I am hopeful, but thinking to myself, oh god, this could go the wrong way. Full. Did I just see something empty then? Okay, I think that's completely full. I think. Yeah, now June again is a movie I'm really looking forward to. I don't think June as a sci-fi has been properly explored in terms of movies. I think there's so much potential though with June. Like, you know, the books, there's a rich sci-fi universe there that they could really dive into. So I'm kind of hoping that they do a good job, because I would love sci-fi like that. I think the monopropellant, oh, it's not full. I thought it was full. Dune is amazing sci-fi, but to bring it to the screen, they need to do it justice. Was that the only one? I think so. June's amazing universe. The stories don't translate well to film. To do it right, we need to have to reimagine it. They would have to, yeah. Some of the storylines and characters, like, you could take the characters and you're right. They would have to change it somewhat, but the setting and the world and the universe and the idea and the concepts, they're all there. Never really enjoyed the Mad Max stuff, Moochie, if I'm honest. Don't know. Wasn't really for me. Have you seen June with all the cutscenes put back in? Don't think I have, actually. I might have to watch that. Is it sufficiently different to go and watch it? Genesis, so I can't really do it that way. It's 5 hours with all the cut content. 5 hours? So what's the best way of going watching it then? Can you, wait, why are those rads just instantly hot when I extend them again? No, they're cooling down. How do I watch it then? Is it on DVD or something? It's not different, just a bit more story. I watched, The Lord of the Rings, the director's cut. Have you seen that? The director's cut is so different. Well, no, that's not really fair, is it? It's so they put back so much more into the movie that you just think, why on earth was it not released like this? And the Hobbit as well, they did the same thing. There's so much more content in the director's edition. If your tanks have your yellow pipes linking to each other, grab fuel from the other sections. Yeah, but how long's the pipe? Babylon 5. Never really got into Babylon 5. A friend of mine got into it. He was well into it years ago, but I never really, just couldn't really get on with it for some reason. Because, like, if you watch the Hobbit director's cut, there's so much stuff in there that is not in the book. And the reason is the book is not very big. Like, the Hobbit is only a small book. But what they did was they went and read the Silmarillion and then brought a whole load of that into the Hobbit. And then linked it forward into Lord of the Rings. And it works pretty well. Okay, fuel tank's filling up. You could link each of the tank segments together with pipes so that as you drain one, the others... That's true. Yeah. What would I need to do that then? Just get an engineer kit? Because there's an engineer on board here, and we have some stuff. At least I think we do. Where's the cargo? Or is that on the other vessel? That's got repair kits on it. So what if I just have a repair kit, or do I need to actually physically bring pipes as cargo? How does it work? I have an engineer in here. Yeah, I get that, Genesis, but how do we do it? You need to have the fuel pipe as an item, right? Okay, so that'd have to be a future mission then, to bring fuel pipes. Next time we're coming this way, bring a lot of fuel pipes with us. I didn't know you could have fuel pipes as cargo, though, to be honest. So we've got all this cargo on board. Oh, yeah, I really enjoy The Mandalorian. I really do. I mean, there's only one thing I'd say about The Mandalorian that just kind of... just takes... I wouldn't say it stops me enjoying it. It really doesn't. But just the fact that the stormtroopers are hilariously bad at hitting anything. They're just so bad. Like, every fight that they have, it's just... why are you a soldier? Why are they giving you a gun? You can't hit anything. You can't hit a barn door. It's just pitiful. So every combat they get into, you're like, yeah, okay, stormtroopers are going to miss every shot, and then, you know, the good guys hit their shots. But apart from that, I really enjoyed The Mandalorian. Right, then we can leave that running. It's what happens when you keep reusing the same DNA. Yeah, each clone just got progressively worse with their targeting, right? Oh god. But apart from that, you know, it's really enjoyable. Why is that still landing guidance? Remove. Yeah, well, sync guidance. We've got this fun again now. The clones of clones of clones. You'd think that they're just cloned from the original DNA, though, not keep cloning the DNA. Like that's like taking, and you know, when they used to copy VHS cassettes. It's like when you used to, if you ever did this. No, not that I ever did this. You know, you rent a VHS cassette from the VHS library of a movie, and then you take a copy of it, right? And then you say to your friend, "Oh, I've got this movie," and he goes, "Oh, can I?" And he takes a copy of your copy, and then his friend gets a copy from him. And by the time you've got to about third generation in VHS copying, it's so bad. It's so horrible. It's like, why would you do that with stormtroopers? Just use the original DNA and grows them more. Like, you're never meant to clone clones. You've never done that. Neither have I. Empire went for quantity over quality. Is that what it is? You see, I thought they'd gone through research and found the perfect person to base the clones on. Somebody with all the skills. Yeah, exactly. The same thing when you take a photocopy of a photocopy. Similar things happen. At least they did on the old photocopiers. Right. Let's see. Oops, altitude. Can't we just go for a low? It's 25k. What's the minimum altitude on the moon? Can't we just go for 15 or something? Save more fuel. 15k? Reckon we can get away with that? You say the making of the 50. You say the making of they flew the 50 Northern California Stormtrooper core players to visit the hospital. I saw some of the making of. I didn't see all of it yet. Pretty wild to be a cosplayer that built your own Stormtrooper outfit. Yeah, that's a pretty sweet deal. Auto deploy antennas. Classic ascent profile. Let's do that. Let's try that. Force roll climb. Don't need to do that. Launch to rendezvous 250 degrees. Ah, is that what that 250 is? Hang on a minute. So the angle, that angle, is probably 250 degrees. And that's what that is, I reckon. I reckon that will, if we accelerate time, does that change? Launch to plane of target, 166 degrees. What? Snow Leopard, thanks for 27. What's the incline current? I don't know. Let's just give it a whirl, see what it does. It's still going quite vertical considering. I just changed the ascent profile completely. That is a stupid ascent path. Mark 6 4 sea leather. Yeah, that's a little bit more what we want, I think. Why does it want to get to 6k before it turns exactly? What's causing that, do you think? Stage fairings, that's not that. That was set in the ascent path you didn't change? Oh, was it? Turn end altitude 13k. Turn start when altitude is 3.6k or velocity reaches so many. It's a pity it doesn't have ascent profiles for each planet and moon. That would be cool. Wow, look at that. That is a heck of a valley. I hadn't noticed that before. Looks like something basically hit the moon and just went right through it and bounced off. Just took a huge chunk out of it. Stormtroopers are normal people that have been trained to be a trooper and were used by the Empire. Clone troopers are clones that are trained to be troopers and used by the Republic. So the Empire didn't use clones then, is what you're saying? Well, in that case then, Mickard, my point about stormtroopers not being able to hit a barn door, they should have all been sacked and never hired. Can't be counted by clones. You bet everyone without plot armor they massacre. Okay. Another light side rendezvous, yeah. Getting lucky this time. Just trying to think what to do next, whether to explore more of the moon and try and get science, or build a rocket that comes here, then goes to Duna. Or maybe Ike. I don't know. Need to get more science from somewhere. Actually, Ike's got a whole load of places to go to. Blimey. I don't know what the surface is like on Ike, or the gravity. I've not looked it up. Duna and Ike fly by with all the science. That's a good one. If we did that, we could get the, high orbits of both? Maybe? Bring one of those recyclers. What do you mean recyclers? To reset science labs and science lab. What, you mean a science guy? Ike makes a good second refueling station for setting up Duna colonies. What's the gravity on Duna? Because I can see that the delta V to land there is quite high. Like Duna's delta V to land is 1,450, whereas the moon is only 580, which implies it's a lot, unless it's got atmosphere maybe, and you can aerobrake. Gilly. You can get to Gilly with your moon rocket. Only needs 5k delta V. Really? We don't have any science on board here, though. Is Gilly one of Eve's moons or something? Ike is a lot like the moon gravity and the number of biomes, but the science multiplier is much higher. Gotcha. Gilly is fun, Eve is brutal. Yeah, I know about Eve. Eve's insane. Oh, which docking port is that then? Clampatron docking port, nice. Dune has 14 biomes. Well, Ike has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus high and low orbit. So it's not terrible. Dune is 0.3G, yeah, but it has atmosphere as well, which presents another issue. What the heck? Why are you going away from this? Dude, what are you doing? Oh, I see. So push yourself further away so that you can just turn around. Okay. Oh, the mobile processing lab. Yeah, we have one of those here at the moon. Are you talking about taking one of those over there? Or taking that one over there? That's a whole different proposition. It lets you restore experiments. If you have a scientist, you can reset equipment. That's what you mean. That's not the same as a mobile processing lab where the scientists basically stay and do research. But to activate that, I think you need to bring the science to the lab. You know, if we went to, let's put it this way, if we did a flyby of Juna and Ike and got the science, we could bring it back here and put it into the mobile lab. And I think it generates more science going via the lab than if you took it back to Kerbin, is what I understand. So we could bring it back here and research it and get more, but it would take longer to get it, I think. So, you know, that's another option. Come back to here instead. You know, we could come here, grab some fuel, go and do a Juna Ike flyby, come back with the science from the low and high orbit, or maybe the high orbit. Moochie, what part are you talking about? I don't... Look, maybe you didn't hear me. The mobile processing lab we already have at the moon. We already have. So if we bring science back here, we have the scientists on board. They will research it. Hey, Dave. Can't you claim it and put a duplicate in the lab? I don't know. Don't know the answer to that question. Tech tree can be completed easy enough anyway. You got 7.5 from Gilly and E for the flyby. Blimey. 7.5k with a flyby. So what we'll do is empty the outer tanks first. All 3 biomes of Gilly and E flyby. We could probably do that. We could even come here first. If you go into another planet, you can get science from the sun as well. I think we have to start storing fuel in the cross pieces now. Oh, won't take 50 months. Another couple when you're ready. Oh, yeah. Right, that's the 4 outer tanks done. This station has got quite a lot of fuel. Quite a lot of fuel. Enough for a decent trip somewhere, I'd say. Okay, I'm going to go for a quick bio break. And then when I get back, we're going to plan a mission somewhere. What do you reckon? Even Gilly or Sun and Eve and Gilly? Where's Juna relative to Earth? Juna's here. Well, that's Moho, not Mono. I don't know. It's wherever we're going to get good signs from. That's, you know. If you fly around the sun, you're going to get burned up. I don't know, Pyro. I really don't plan ahead like that. It won't be next weekend, I can tell you that much. Next weekend is Yachts Weekend. Right, so I'm going to go for a bio break. And then we'll plan a mission. You reckon even Gilly? I'm back. How often the 12-hour races? Yeah, not that often. Space Center. Now I've got to create the vehicle to do it. So if I wanted to go to, let's see, Delta V. And Kerbal's crashed. No, it's not. Thought it crashed. What's the plan? We're going to do an even ghillie flyby and get as much science out of it as we can. Giving it a flyby, orbit and return, due to I because there's less Delta V. If we do an Eve and ghillie flyby, do you think we'll get sufficient research points to make it worth it? What are we trying to unlock? Well, I'll show you what we've got left. Heavy rocketry would be one, I'd say. We have 500 science points, right? Heavy rocketry, though, or very heavy rocketry, is 550. We don't have that yet, so we need that. Might as well land on ghillie. Why? High performance fuel systems, nuclear propulsion would be nice. So that's at least 800 there. Large holding tank, not necessary. Large probes, maybe. Ion propulsion would be nice to have. I don't know. If you get like 1,000, 2,000 science, that'd be nice. Takes almost no Delta V. So to land on ghillie, an intercept from Eve, 60, 410 to orbit, 30 to land. Yeah, ghillie landing's nothing, is it? Blimey. It costs 400 just to orbit. An Eve orbit requires 1,300 Delta V. If you have the Gravloy, parking around Juno Ike will be a ton of science. Nuclear engines are good for interplanetary. They have a low thruster weight, but they're really efficient. And only need liquid fuel. Yeah, probes with nuclear engines on board would be pretty cool, wouldn't they, for sending out stuff just to... But then how do you transmit the science back? You need some pretty big antennae, right? To get the science back. Unless you're sending a probe there, I guess. So I think let's go to Even ghillie and just get as much science as we can. That's the mission. The real Boris, are you actually going to say anything useful in chat, or are you just going to post your own emotes? I'm just curious. I'm willing, you know, it's fine if you want to contribute, but just posting your own emotes is not really contributing. What are you getting science from doing nothing? Not much. Not much. So the question is, what rocket do we base it all on? Any more snow in the pipeline? I keep saying this. I don't plan that far ahead. Don't plan that far ahead. Rochester. Manned or unmanned? We need the scientist on board. The Brighton works well, but it's... The Brighton works well if we get the right one. Brighton 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's have a look at what the Brighton 6 has on board. We might have to put a docking port on so it can refuel. I mean, we can start with a fresh design, but, you know, it's probably going to end up turning out something similar to this anyway until we get heavy rocketry, and then we can just completely do different things. So this is a lander. It's quite a tall lander. I'm thinking Gilly is probably a very low gravity. So landing on Gilly is going to be difficult with a very tall vehicle. Two-man thing, so you can take a pilot and a scientist. You've got storage up here for at least 3 units, and then the pod comes back. This is designed for re-entry, though. That's the thing about the Brighton. It's designed to re-enter Kerbin. It's not... So this is the difficulty here. If we take a scientist and a pilot, and we go to Eve and Gilly, and then we come back to the moon and research it there, that's different. However, we have an orbiting station around Kerbin, I think. I think we have a research station around Kerbin where you can also research it. So you can bring it back there instead. Yeah, exactly, Firefly. That's what I'm thinking. It's got like next to no gravity. It's going to bounce and bounce. So the Brighton's designed to go somewhere and come back. That's the difference. Dan Show, it is... What's my gamer tag? Oh, it's Squirrel. Spelt SKWIRRAL. Squirrel. I think. Yeah, what Valtil said. Y3 science storage. Because if you go to 2 places, if you get 2 lots of science, you can fill that up, and then the rest goes into here. Yeah, Sherlock, I've already been watching the F1 result table, lap by lap. So I know what's happened, I've just not seen what's happened. But yeah, no spoilers. No spoilers. Max per storage in each one. It's about 7 points, I think. So this is a re-entry rocket. Is that what... Like, I don't know. We need to think about the mission here. If you go to Eve and Gilly, and we get science from Eve and Gilly, where are we taking it? And what are we doing with the scientists on board? We've got to bring them back home somewhere. It's 5,000 Delta V to get to Gilly. What charts are you looking at? It's not 5,000 Delta V to get to Gilly at all. Unless you... I mean, we've still got to go up through the orbit. Look, we can break out of Kerbin, go to the moon and refuel. When we've got fuel from the moon, we can go to lots of places. But it's a case of where are we coming back? Like, what are we doing with the scientist and the pilot, and what are we doing with the science? And that won't land on Gilly. It's just too tall. If we're going to land on Gilly, we might as well put a science thing down there. One, two, three, 4, 5 solar panels. Four bits of equipment. We don't need 5 solar panels, we need 4. Four solar panels, 4 bits of equipment. 2 lights, that'd be fine. Some of those for the moon station transfer rocket thingy. What Delta V planner? This one. Right, I've got fuel lines, I've got the cargo set. Just need to get this thing modified. It won't need as much fuel either, because it doesn't need to go all the way out. It just needs to get to the moon. It just needs to intercept the moon and dock. So it needs to have the ability to dock, that's the other thing, so it can pick up more fuel. Now what we could do is if we break this into 2 pieces, right? So one of them is a transfer vehicle that goes over to Eve or Gilly and circularizes, and then the top bit detaches and lands on Gilly and then comes back. It's another way of doing it. Because Gilly will be really easy to get back off again, won't it? We can actually put like science stuff on Gilly. Although whether we'll get the signs from it on the map, I don't know. I know which storage container that is. We don't need 2. But I don't know if that one's the one with stuff in it or not. For some reason it won't let me put more than 1 down. Eliminator Mark 2. Oh, it's because I'm not in build mode, right? That's made it a little bit shorter. So we need the science bit. We need all these science experiments on board. This has the equipment. We've got solar panels. Need a docking port. I'm not sure how we're going to do the docking port. Do you think it's going to be okay with that? Is that going to completely mess up the center of mass? I think on Gilly from a lower, which is laughably small amounts of Delta V. The Kerbal's back EVA backpack is enough. Well, that's fine, except we need to take some equipment down though. That's the only downside to that. That would let us dock with the space station. RCS, we don't have any. When you say RCS, what are you thinking? I don't think I want to pair it, you know? I'm not really sure where the door is. I think that's the door there, isn't it? I mean, we could pair it. Can you play golf on Gilly? Yes. Yeah, we should be able to do that experiment as well if we land on Gilly. I'm just wondering what we're going to land on Gilly with. I don't want to land with this whole stage here. But none of this has fuel. Trying to land this on Gilly, I just don't think it's going to work. It's just too tall. It will bounce all day long. It needs to be a lot stubbier than this. Yeah, but I mean, all this equipment here has to come with us, doesn't it? So you need this pod, you need all this equipment. So only then can you begin the fuel. So you could say, well, that bit with rockets on it, that could be the lander cannon. Even that's quite tall. We need something like stupidly wide. Do you have the Graviol experience and Magna? I don't think so. We're taking the weather, which won't matter. Seismometer. I don't think we have all the science equipment yet. Don't think Gilly has an atmosphere, so we can't do a shuttle thing. You mean the ones you fix to the ship? I don't know. What's it called? A grav something. This. A negative gravioli detector. Device for capturing and measuring the elusive negative gravioli particle.